Hello students, welcome to today's class. I am Sunita from G.k.Jain schools. Today we are going to see a prose lesson from the English textbook of class 11 standard. Unit 1, the name of the lesson is The Portrait of a Lady by Kushwant Singh. The Portrait of a Lady is the story of the author Kushwant Singh himself. He describes his relationship with his grandmother over the years. He pens down her daily activities and how she evolved as a character as time passed by. He explains her appearance, which helps create an image in the reader's mind. So let's move on to the lesson, students, and we'll see first the introduction of the author followed by the summary of the lesson. Let's know about the author Kushwant Singh. Kushwant Singh is an Indian novelist and lawyer. He studied at St. Stephen's College, Delhi and King's College, London. He joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1947. As a writer, he is best known for his keen secularism, sarcasm, and love for poetry. He served as the editor of several literary and news magazines, as well as 2 newspapers. Kushwant Singh was awarded with Padma Bhushan in 1974, Padma Vibhushan by the Government of India, and Sahitya Akademi Fellowship by Sahitya Academy of India. The Mark of Vishnu, A History of 6, The Train to Pakistan, Success Mantra, We Indians, and Death at My Doorstep are some of his brilliant works. Summary of the lesson: The Portrait of a Lady. The Portrait of a Lady is the story of the author and his grandmother. The grandmother was an old woman with a wrinkled face. The author had always seen her like this for the past 20 years. She appeared to be so old that he could not imagine her being young and pretty. Someone who had a husband. She was short, fat, and slightly bent. The author had seen his grandfather's portrait, an old man with a turban and a long white beard covering his chest. To the author, his grandfather didn't seem like a man who could have a wife and children, but someone who could have lots of grandchildren. His grandmother used to move around the house in spotless white, with her one hand resting on her waist and other hand counting the beads of her rosary. In the initial days, the author and his grandmother had a good relationship. She used to wake him up and get him ready for school. She used to pack the things required by him for the day and walked him to school every day. She used to visit the temple that was attached to the school. She had a routine of reading the scriptures. The author, along with other children, sat on the veranda singing alphabets and morning prayers. They both used to come back home together had called them. As they reached the city, his relationship with his grandmother took a turn. Though they shared the room, their bond grew apart. He started going to an English medium school. She no longer accompanied him to his school, and there were no longer stray dogs who roamed around them while walking back home. She, however, used to ask him about his day and what he had learned. She didn't understand anything as everything was in another language which she could not understand. She did not approve of the new syllabus that he was studying because she thought that they did not teach him about God and the scriptures. They saw less of each other. As the days passed, he grew older and soon went to the university. He had his own rules, and this made their relationship so. She stopped talking to everyone and spent her whole day sitting at a spinning wheel, reciting prayers and moving beads of the rosary with one hand. However, she loved feeding sparrows in the veranda at dawn. Breaking bread into pieces and feeding it to the birds was her daily routine. The birds would sit on her legs, her head, some even on the shoulders. Soon, the author decided to go abroad for further studies. She came to the railway station to leave him off. She was not sentimental, continuously recited her prayers, her mind lost in the prayers, and she kissed him on the forehead. After 5 years, as he returned home, she was there, came to pick him at the station, was still same as she had been 5 years ago. She clasped him with her arms and didn't say a word. She still used to feed her sparrows. One day, she didn't recite her prayers, but instead collected the women of the rainbow boat, got a drum and started singing. The next morning, she was ill with mild fever. The doctor said that there was nothing to worry about, but she was sure that her end was near. She didn't want to waste her time talking to anyone in the family anymore, but spent her last hours in reciting her prayers lying on the bed. She died, and so her body lay on the bed lifeless. As they prepared for her funeral, they saw all the sparrows sitting in the veranda around her, mourning her death.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.